Okay.
All right. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Whenever you're ready, Dylan.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, just kind of real quick, I'm not going to take up too much of your time here today, but I just kind of wanted to ask you, how so far in this COVID-19 pandemic, how would you grade, from the citizens, to you, to the council, how would you grade the response so far through this pandemic? Like, if you're going to give it like an A rating, a B rating, a C rating, what would you grade it?
Yeah, I would probably. It's hard to put everybody in the same grading pool, so to speak. But I would probably, by and large, give us all a B plus.
Alrighty, a B plus. And so, just real quick too, what do you think the city has done great so far navigating through this?
Well, I think the most important thing we've been doing as a city relates to what we've been doing as a city and a county and a school and a hospital. I think we have seen a great deal of partnership, a great deal of coming together to address the problems from the very beginning. When you go back to March and April, putting together the command center that we worked on, trying to get out in front with communication as fast as we could, citizens responding quickly. I think we've done all entities, not just the city, but all of us combined, not getting too related to COVID-19. And also, I think we've done a very good job of making sure we're relying on our citizens to do the right things throughout this process, rather than trying to get ahead of the ball game with mandates that are very difficult to enforce. So it's more than just taxing entities and elected individuals doing the job. It's been a job of the city as well. So we've had some bumps along the way. We've had to get caught up. Obviously, we had the spikes that mandated some things to take place. But overall, I think we've been doing a great job of handling our business.
And like you said, doing a great job of handling the business, and I do agree with you. Coming out right away and at the end of March and beginning of April, and communicating with the city and your citizens. But I feel like through this too, whatever you chose to do, there was kind of no right or wrong. You just kind of did something, and you just kind of saw if it worked or what. But do you feel like there were some areas
Got a
to
little bit of
improve? Can you hear me now, sir?
You're coming in now. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Can you hear me
You
clearer
want
now?
to repeat the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can.
Yes.
So what I was saying is, I agree with you about as a city and county coming together pretty early on and communicating to the citizens of the response. But I feel like through this too, when you navigate through it, there was kind of no right or wrong. You just kind of did something, see if it worked. If it did, you went with it. If not, then you kind of see where you can improve. But through this so far, is any areas that you can see the city can do to improve, or do you think this is still on the right track?
Well, I think we're on the right track. I think even looking at where our numbers are today with the hospitalizations down, I can't think of too many things that I would go back to and say we would do that over, although we are learning if some other day in the future, whether under my leadership or in the future of Midland and the surrounding areas, if we have another situation like this, we'll really be able to look back and say, when it's all over, it'll be a better place for us to look back and say, here's some things we might have done differently. Some of the challenges we faced, especially related to being sure we're up to date on positivity rates and communicating to people. It's very, very difficult to gather some of the numbers that we need to gather as accurate as we can possibly be to the community, and also realizing people are having numbers and things thrown at them. But by and large, I think everybody, again, has been doing a great job, not just trying to repeat that answer. I think when we get on the other side of this, it'll even be a better conversation for us to sit down when we're done with this, so to speak, and say, okay, what would we do different? How would we organize differently? Because quite frankly, everybody is still in a responsive and reaction mode, because you just don't know what you're going to wake up to every day, other than the fact that you can wear a mask and you can social distance and do the best to keep yourself and others safe.
Right. Well, Mayor, like I said, I did not want to take up much of your time. I just kind of had those three simple questions to ask. We've been asking other officials too, about kind of, the response, and grading it. But I don't have anything else off the top of my head. But is there anything else you would like to say?
Really, the last thing I would say is I try to express this to all of you in the media as much as I can. I want to tell you, you guys have done a great job. It is a difficult environment right now with what's going on in the national media, and I think all of you, even your competitors at the other stations and the print media, have done a very good job of keeping a very even hand and not being alarming and helping our citizens get the news rather than commentary. And so I just want to tell you I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Mayor. We do appreciate that. And I do appreciate your time. Thank you again.
Absolutely.